It's a last quarter moon in Aquarius, and the message from the moon is this: let's create a clean slate for your highest good. Hi, I'm Laura Kusto, the moon phase astrologer. Each week, I give you the message from the moon and show you how to use its light to plan your life and achieve your goals. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you never miss this weekly message from the moon. All right, this is the week of April 18th through the 25th, 2025. And wow, what a week it is. It's very exciting, and I can't wait to tell you about it. So, the moon phase that we're having this week again is a last quarter. The last quarter is one of my favorite moon phases. Now, this last quarter is happening on April 20th, 2025. 7:35 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and it's in Aquarius. It's at about 1 degree. It's right at the very beginning there. Now, as always, I want to give you the dates that led up to this last quarter. At a last quarter, we have the ending of our story. We have had the new moon where we set intentions. The date for that was January 21st, 2023. We've had the date where we took action, October 21st, 2023. And then we had the date where everything culminated, and that will be July 21st, 2024, the full moon. All of those moon phases happened right around that 1 degree of Aquarius where we're having this last quarter. So go ahead, review those dates, see the story that's unfolding. And now it's time to release what no longer serves you so you can make space for what's new. And as I get into the planetary energies at play here in a few minutes, you're going to get some help. You're going to get some help from not just the moon and the sun, but their friends. Okay. So here's the thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say work with this energy, take action, well, I created a guide that is totally free just to help you figure out what to do on each of these moon phases. It's very simple. I am really not a whole lot about the woo. I'm about practicality. So if you go on over to my website, lauracusto.com, and I'll link this in the show notes, but it's a free moon phase guide. And in it, I give you the 3 simple steps that I take every moon phase to work with its energy. So you can do what I do. It works, and you can be efficient and mindful about it. All right. Now, also, Aquarius, this is in Aquarius, this last moon phase. Aquarius represents a certain area of life for you based on your birth chart. It represents an area of life for everyone. But again, it's based on your unique chart. So it's different from person to person. Now, there's only 12 astrological areas of life, so yours might be the same as your best friend, but odds are it's not. And so, if you would like to know what area of life this is activating for you, that's where Moon Chat comes in. It's a system that I developed. And what happens is on each and every one of these moon phases, you get a custom notification sent right to your inbox telling you not only, hey, it's a last quarter, this is the message, these are the dates, this is what to do, but it also gives you that area of life, that one area of life out of 12 that's touching for you. So as you're looking at those dates and trying to figure out what is the story that has unfolded, you know where to focus in on. So again, I'll leave a link for that in the show notes as well. It's called Moon Chat. Go ahead and check it out if it speaks to you. All right. Now, let's dig into the energies happening this week and specifically around this last quarter. So, again, the week we're starting with here, we're going into the weekend on Friday the 18th. That last quarter energy is brewing. Saturday the 19th is when the sun is going to enter Taurus. It's leaving Aries and it's now entering the earth sign of Taurus. Now, there's 3 signs that take us through spring. We have Aries, which is where we're leaving. It's the start of spring. Taurus is the middle, and then Gemini is the last sign of spring. But as the middle sign of spring, it's called a fixed sign, sits right in the middle of the season. Taurus, it's this earthy energy. It represents getting your hands in the dirt. And maybe you've planted your gardens for the season. Maybe you haven't. If you haven't, it's the time to really start thinking about doing that. It might be when you start to see things sprouting. But Taurus is this earthy, sensual sign. It's very nurturing. It likes to get cozy, and it's very hopeful and optimistic. It represents growth and progress. Taurus is the natural ruler of the second house, which is all about our resources. And so if you think about spring has started, now we're starting to see a little momentum, and that's where the resources come in. It's, oh, I can start to see the fruits of my labor a little bit. Things are coming. I'm making some money. It also represents our values and our skills and how we draw things to us so that we can sustain our life. Okay, so Taurus season is starting. Also on Saturday, the 19th, we have Mars coming into a very harmonious aspect with Neptune. It's a trine. And this is the energy of our action, Mars, and our aggression working harmoniously with Neptune, which is our higher mind. It's the dream realms, lower vibrations. It represents escapism. This energy, though, is very idealistic. It's like Mars wants to take action for our highest good, but it's this idealism too, merging with action. It's very practical. And again, this aspect is harmonious, so it'll feel very natural. Okay, now that is Saturday the 19th. Sunday, we move into the 20th in this last quarter. We have 4 or 5 other aspects that are happening on the day of the last quarter, and all of the personal planets are involved. When I say personal planets, that is Mercury, Venus, Mars, and we also consider the moon to be a personal planetary object. They're the objects that are closer to the sun and to Earth, and they impact us more directly as humans. The other aspects are Venus joining up with the node, and then Venus also making a harmonious sextile to Uranus. Mercury is making a sextile to Pluto. The sun is squaring Mars, and then we have this last quarter, which is really sun and moon are at a right angle to each other. But then we've got Mars in the mix too. So it's just like, wow, there's so much going on. So really, the way I see this, I'm going to kind of walk you through these different energies. That Venus sextile Uranus, it's pleasure, love, and romance. It's coming together with this unexpected surprise. But Venus is also conjoined the node at this time. So we've got this pleasure, love, romance merging with our higher calling. And then this opportunity of doing something unexpected, Uranus with it. Again, it's opportunity. It won't just happen. It'll be an opportunity presented to you. Mercury sextiling Pluto, an opportunity to look at what's hidden and in the shadows and a hidden truth. Okay, it's an opportunity to do that. Will you do it? And then Mars squaring off with the sun, with yourself. That's what that represents. And it's got Mars opposed the moon. And so we've got all of that in play. So there's this opportunity to move something along that you love, perhaps in an unexpected way, an opportunity to look at what's hidden and heal. And you're going to feel with this Sun square Mars, you're going to feel the need to take action. And because it's opposed the moon, Mars opposed moon, it's going to test your comfort zone. But that Mars-Neptune trine we had the day before is going to naturally give you the inspiration to find the best way to take action. And so that's where that core message here this week comes from is, let's create this clean slate for your highest good. And Neptune involves the collective as well, because it's that higher mind and how we connect to the whole and the collective. Also, Neptune is in Aries now, which is very focused on the self. And simultaneously, we have the moon in Aquarius, and Aquarius is that sign focused on the collective. So it's about you creating a clean slate for your highest good. And then as things move forward, you can show up better and in your highest vibration for the collective. We're going to have another opportunity with Mercury and Pluto to look at something hidden and analyze it, do some talking around it, see if that helps you figure out. But ultimately, there's something that you need to clear and create space for your higher calling. And that Mars Sun square, I have Mars square Sun natally. Trust me, there's this drive that comes with it. It's very, very powerful. The other thing I want to say is I just noticed this in the last few months. We've had so much Mars energy just showing up on our quarter moons, these first quarters and last quarters when we have to take action or when we are called to take action. It's a choice, right? But the universe is literally working with us to help us take action. And I was really leaning into that and thinking about it. And if you follow astrology in general and you're aware of the larger themes, the outer planets from Saturn on, so Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, they're all changing signs here in 2025 and 2026. Such a major shift. It's really a shift in our collective energy on the planet. And we are being called to make shifts all individually. If you're going to shift your energy, you have to have space in your life to do that, to bring in the new. So we have to shed what's old. And so it got me thinking, wow, this Mars energy showing up at the first quarters and last quarters where we're taking action to move things along at the first quarter, and now we're taking action at the last quarter to clear out the old. It's really, and this last quarter too, happening in Taurus, spring cleaning. That is a great way to look at it. But this Mars energy is there to help us make these shifts, and just what a gift. I thought, what a gift. So we have through, I would say, the 24th to really capitalize on this last quarter. But on the 23rd, so we have another energy that perhaps could help us get some more clues. And this is Sun square Pluto. So this is our self squaring off with our relationship to what's hidden, what's in the shadows, renewal and rebirth. It's also a relationship with power. And so this aspect is really great for introspection, and you're going to feel some tension with it, but it's this like, something's not quite right. What do I need to look at? You're going to be compelled to perhaps look at your life, think about who you are, where you've been, and where you're going, and just really say, what am I doing here? Is there something that needs to happen? Again, it's things that they're probably not comfortable to look at. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable. You might be embarrassed or have some guilt around it. But again, these are things that are hidden there that are we're hiding from, or we're keeping them hidden because we don't want to look at them. Again, they're uncomfortable, but it's a time when you can very naturally work with the planetary energies and bring it up for healing. Okay. Sun square Pluto, we get that aspect only twice a year. It's a great opportunity to take advantage of that. And then we move into Thursday. So the last day where I think this last quarter energy is really active. And we have another aspect that could perhaps, I mean, again, just depending on what's been going on for you, this could be your ticket. It could be what you need. Venus merges with Saturn. Now, Venus has been moving through Pisces into Aries, retrograde back into Pisces. It's now turned direct, and it's now leaving Pisces. This conjunction with Saturn is happening at 27 degrees Pisces. Now, if you want some dates to look back to get some clues, the first time they had this conjunction was January 18th of this year. The second time was April 7th, so literally just a few weeks ago. But if you want to look at those dates, now this aspect has to do with Venus, love, pleasure, romance, the feminine, and then its relationship to our responsibilities and structures around those things, responsibility structures, that's Saturn. And with this in Pisces, specifically Saturn in Pisces, again, it's more releasing. It specifically is dissolving, or structures naturally falling apart around these Venusian themes in our life. And again, you can look at those dates, January 18th and April 7th, to get some clues for things that have happened and things you've revisited. And it may be popping up again here on April 24th. And really, the guidance with this is don't fight it. Saturn's doing its work in Pisces. And really think about it. If there's a relationship falling apart, if your relationship with something that you once took joy in, had pleasure in, it's just not working, does it need to be renegotiated? Or do you just need to let it fall away? That's really what this is all about. And again, in line with that last quarter, it could be what you need to release. Okay. All right. And then we end the week Friday the 25th. You can start prepping for the next new moon that's coming up on April 27th. Okay, so just to reinforce that message, this last quarter, the message is, hey, work with me here. Let's create a clean slate for your highest good. Let's do it. You got to release these things that don't serve you anymore so you can create space for all of the new goodness that is coming in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a review or drop a thumbs up depending on where you're listening. And if this was helpful for you and you think someone else would love it, please share it with them. Working with these messages from the moon has changed my life, And that's why I am the moon phase astrologer. This is what I focus on. All right, have a great week. I'm sending you lots of good energy as you work with the moon phase of this week. And until next week, take care.